Are you ready for sun, sand, and tacos? Well, moms, if you've ever dreamed of a vacation where the kids are entertained and you actually get to relax, let me tell you about Nickelodeon Hotels and Resorts in Riviera Maya, Mexico. We went on our last family trip, and honestly, it felt like stepping into a cartoon paradise. And I mean that in the best way possible.
Welcome to the Smart Moms Plan Travel Channel, where smart tips make travel simple for busy moms.
It was pure magic from the moment we walked in. The kids just lost their minds when they saw the giant Nickelodeon character statues in the lobby. SpongeBob, Ninja Turtles, and Paw Patrol. And here's the kicker. Every single room is oceanfront with a private swim-up pool. Yes, you heard me, every room. So while the kids were playing in the pool right off our room, I was kicking back with my feet up and a margarita in my hand. The highlight for the kids here was the 6-acre water park called Aquanic. This place is a water wonderland. They had slides for every age. They also had a lazy river and a splash pad for the littles. The Paw Patrol Adventure Bay area was enough for my youngest, while my oldest enjoyed bigger slides with my husband. And then, of course, there was the slime. They have daily mass slimings. And let me tell you, getting slimed as a family was unexpectedly hilarious. And the food, wow. It's an all-inclusive, but it's no ordinary resort buffet. They have restaurants like the themed Bikini Bottom Diner serving fun, kid-friendly dishes and delicious options for us parents too. If your children are picky eaters, don't worry, they're gonna find something. And there were character breakfasts, and they were amazing. My kids' jaws hit the floor when they realized we could see SpongeBob characters, Paw Patrol friends, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles all in one place. They danced, they took pictures, they even helped my daughter celebrate her birthday with a special cake. These are the moments you just can't put a price on. But moms, that's not all. From treatments inspired by the tropics in their luxurious spa, I treated myself to a hot stone massage while the kids enjoyed the supervised kids club. There truly is something for everyone here. It is quite literally the best of all worlds. Oh, and one last thing. Don't miss the evening entertainment. They've got live shows, dance parties, and even a Nickelodeon parade. My kids danced their hearts out with Dora, Ninja Turtles, and even Blue from Blue's Clues. So by the end of each day, we were all happily exhausted and ready to do it again the next morning.
Oh, and pro tip, make sure you schedule enough time to go off-site some days and see the Mayan ruins or to shop in Cancun proper. Ladies, this trip was a game changer, the perfect balance of kid-friendly fun and grown-up relaxation. If you're thinking about a family getaway, Nickelodeon Hotels and Resorts, Riviera Maya should be at the top of your list. Trust me, it's worth every second. Who's ready to book it?
Nickelodeon Hotels and Resorts, Riviera Maya, Mexico, and the only one out of all of us, our little Brady Bunch here that's been, is Brittany. So she is going to give her opinions on it, and we're just going to have a discussion about like what we think we would like or maybe not like so much. But I know that we love the Nickelodeon characters over here. I grew up with them. My kids grew up with them. I think my kids would love this, even though they're 14 and 18. But Brittany, what say you? Like, is this a place that you feel like teenagers would enjoy, or is this more geared for little kids?
Actually, I think it would be perfect for all ages. I know that that could be easily construed as like a cliche answer, but I think that the location of it in Mexico, like what they have on site, is good for all ages, and you get like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle character meal and things like that like that age is going to fall for. But more importantly is the location of it in Mexico, and almost every room is a swim up pool room. And so like what teenager would not love that, right? Like, and then it overlooks the ocean, and you got your swim up pool right outside. They can go out there, and you don't have, they're of age that they can be out there by themselves at the swim up pool. So that is really cool. The location of it is closer to all of the cultural things in the area. So you're already like down the street from it instead of being over in Cancun proper, which is about 30 minutes away from this area. So you're close to the Mayan ruins, you're close to the cenotes that you can go like rappelling and then swimming in, and a lot of the adventure things that are in that area of Mexico. And so having the teenagers that would be more interested in those type excursions for the day would be easy to get off site and back to still enjoy the resort as well without a lot of drive time. For the littles, it is like, it's an amazing pool. The pool, for teenagers too, they have like a rock climbing area, and it's really inside the pool. And it's cool because it kind of like angles backwards. So as you climb, you like go out over the water. And so when you fall off, you fall into the water and stuff. And they had a pretty good wave pool. So there's like definitely things to do. And they have like big drop slides. But then for the littles, it is like character heaven, you guys. It is like characters everywhere. There's meet and greets in the lobby. Like you get to go in the lobby inside like SpongeBob's little pineapple. And it literally is totally immersive on Nick characters everywhere. The pool, the kiddie area in the pool is this gigantic play structure. And that's where you come to first. Like the bigger kids slides are a little further back. So when you walk out, and the water park is like almost like separate from the pool or from the resort. So like you have to like walk down there. So what's kind of nice is if you have littles, you can't just like see the water park the whole time. So if it's not the day to go to the water park, they're not going to be like arguing about it. And then it's like an escape. So I liked that it was kind of separate, like again, still in the same resort, but it was a little bit of a different area so that it felt like you were almost like escaping for the day as well. The one thing that was a struggle, everything is walkable, but walkable to some people is different than others. They only have one shuttle that goes around the whole compound of the resort, and it only fits something like 12 people. And so it's better just to hoof it everywhere. But like from the rooms to the main resort was probably like a 12 to 15 minute walk. And that's where all the food is, and so there was like a little food, like kind of kiosk in the resort area, but you have to like be out for sure walking around. I didn't really care for that very much, but it was cute. It was immersive. It's considered the biggest water park in that area of Mexico, and a great location to do other things in the Mexico area. And there is a beach there, but it's a little bit different of a beach. It's a little bit like shellier sand of a beach versus the Cancun beaches that everyone knows is like kind of the white sand beaches. It's not quite that like soft, silky sand. So it's a little bit harsher. So you're kind of there more for the pool aspect than the beach aspect for that. And then let's talk about safety, because a lot of people, when you talk about Mexico, instantly go into the safety factor. Almost all inclusive style resorts, including this one, are kind of on compounds where they have like giant gates that kind of enclose you into the resort. So the safety level is super high and you don't have any concerns about any of that. So I liked it. I would take my family there in a heartbeat. I've been to Cancun several times, and I like a lot that the area has to offer. I would say you do want to plan your vacation with enough time to do the resort for several, like probably 3 days, and then a couple days offsite so that you can enjoy the area. So I definitely think it could easily be a 5 to 7 nighter.
That was gonna be my question. How long? So would you stay on resort and then do like 1 day excursions, or would you stay there just to experience that and then stay somewhere else?
No, I would stay there and then go off for days. It's just a really, really good location. And then when you get back at the end, you would get all of your all-inclusive, characters at the end of the day and stuff like that. So you would still get to enjoy that. Where if you went to another resort, while you could get an all-inclusive, you would then just be giving up the, all the what you're doing at that resort too. So, I would stay there the whole time, especially with a swim up pool aspect that you can enjoy at 10 o'clock at night, right? When you get back and want to cool off.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Does anybody have questions or thoughts on?
The slime. What's the slime interaction like?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so there actually is a slime interaction. And we unfortunately didn't get to see it like happen because we were on I did only tour this through a fam trip. So I have not personally stayed there. We do want to disclose that. But the slime event is like, it is an additional paid event, but you go into this like almost like factory, and then you get to kind of choose how you want to be slimed, and they like record it. It's like a whole experience, and it is personalized up to 4 to 5 people. And we did ask like what happens if your party is more than that, and it does have to be split into 2 groups because they cannot, like, it does not hold more than that. And so that's really cool. I mean, I need to be slimed in my life. If you never watched, what was it, like Double Dare or whatever, like I need slime. I need it like everywhere, like in the ears, I need it everywhere.
Like, whose biggest dream as a kid was like getting slimed?
Yeah, and I was gonna say like forget the kids. I would totally stay here.
Yeah.
Born in the 80s, grew up in the 80s, 90s, and it's just like, really? You get to see SpongeBob's house? Come on. Hands down, winner.
Like, I will say we were there for like at the very end of the breakfast, and their breakfast buffet was seriously one of the biggest, most thorough buffets I have ever seen in my life. It was incredible and looked yummy, and they had like special juices that they named after different like SpongeBob like things, and it was just very well done, very well displayed, and looked amazing, smelled amazing. So I think it could be easily something that you enjoyed. And again, they have cabanas that you can rent at the pool. They have like the deeper end and the bigger rides that adults could easily enjoy. So I wouldn't call it far-fetched to think that you couldn't go there as just adults either.
So as one of the parents of littles, how did you feel the safety was around the swim up rooms? Swim up rooms scare me.
No, they had double latch, similar to cruise ships. They had the double latch system, and the doors were really heavy as well, so I would not be concerned about them. Now, I will say the swim up rooms, it is like a collective of rooms that have access to that pool. So it would be like something like 10 or 12 rooms that have access to that pool, but it was a pool that was probably like 10, I don't know, maybe even more, maybe 15, 20 feet, and then went the entire length of the building. So you kind of had your little section, but technically speaking, other people could kind of be in. But between the rooms are very divided. So, unless but it is not a private swim up. And that's how a lot of that's how a lot of all-inclusives actually are, is they're not private swim ups. It'll be like a handful of
So
rooms
when I saw Nickelodeon was mostly swim up, I was questioning it because
yeah, no, I don't feel the safety was bad. And I also don't feel, I used to be a lifeguard, so I observe lifeguards at pools heavily, and I think they were doing a good, decent job. Like, obviously I wasn't sitting there watching them for an hour, but they had a plethora of lifeguards. I mean, they're a fully operating water park. They would not be able to do that if they ever had any safety issues. So I wouldn't have any concerns there. And the kids areas are zero depth and phenomenal. So you could easily enjoy that. You do need a passport to get here. So that is something for everyone to remember. Is that you do need a passport. It's about 30 minutes from the airport, and you usually book private shuttle. It's not included in your reservation, but it's something that is this entire region is run on tourism. So it is a very commonly traveled area. It has pretty standard within like us helping you book it to the people watching. We know all the standards for this area and what exactly to do to book all the things you need. So it would be carefree for you. If you're going to
one of us probably already has a favorite Cancun transport provider or two.
Right.
We recommend and we know they're good and we know where they're going to be at the airport and
yes, and how to manage all of that. And Cancun is a very easy airport to handle and get to from the States. So there's so many direct flights. It's like one of the most common direct flight places. So it's also, with that, it's like a great meetup place for families meeting or adult trips, where couples are meeting up. Because the States, it's easy to get to. It's just an easy place to travel. And if you haven't traveled outside the country before, it's a good starter place. But what I really like about the area is it has something for everybody. There is a ton of marine life. There's whales, sharks, there's scuba diving, there's reefs to snorkel on, there's just great beaches. Then you have adventure stuff like zip lining and ATVing and, where you can like float down cave systems. And then you have the historical aspect and the cultural aspect. There's a lot of tours where you can like go where they make tequila. There's foodie tours that's like very cultural. There is the Mayan ruins. There's those cenotes I was talking about. There's just something for everybody. And that is really a hard, if you had to put a finger on one place that has something for everyone in your party, like this is an easy answer for that.
Yeah,
it's fairly easy to get around, and it's fairly flat, so you don't have like a ton of mountains to climb. So for anyone with mobility issues, it's fairly easy. And in Cancun proper, the public transportation is a breeze to use. And so if you stay in Cancun proper area, it's just very easy to get around. So like if you're staying at, say, like Nick Resorts, you could taxi or car into Cancun for the day, and then you would be able to get around all of Cancun and everything you need on the public transportation, and then just have your car ready to go to take you back to the resort at the end of the night. So getting around the area is very easy.
That's really cool.
I would be on all scheduled tours. I would be all scheduled tours the whole time. I would schedule a ton of tours.
So much, because like we just grabbed the boat taxi over. I'm gonna butcher it. Isle de Mujeres.
Mujeres.
I'm not Spanish. Who said that? Who said it properly?
Me, Megan. I'm not Spanish either, but it's Isla de Mujeres or Isla de Mujeres.
Yeah,
it's
Isle of Women, right? Something like that.
Yeah. And so like we just literally took the taxi and then you rent a golf cart for the day over there. You just like show up and you rent a golf cart and then you get to drive around and do everything and experience a lot. So like having unplanned time is really, really allowing you to explore the area for what it is. It's really easy. And most people there speak English. So it's not hard to find someone to help you out and everything you need. So
yeah.
Jessica, you've been there, it sounds like on a cruise at least, right? The Cozumel area.
Yeah, I've been to Cozumel, Mexico. It was amazing.
Yeah, so Cozumel is only like the next
you guys.
island. We ate at the Krabby Patty bar, pool bar. Maybe not pool bar. That wasn't correct.
The Krusty Krab.
The swim up bar.
Krusty Krab was their kind of like bar area, and they have these like literally like bite size. I mean, not like regular sliders that we are thinking. They were like bite size sliders that had like very tropical flavors, and they were like one bite tapas. Best bite of the day that we had. It was so, and everything was decked out. It literally looked like you were underwater, and it was just, I don't know. I think Nickelodeon Resorts was one of the most all inclusively themed places I've ever been.
It is now on my bucket list. So
I wonder if they have somebody that works at the
Totally.
Krusty Krab named Patrick.
That would be funny.
That would be amazing. I would change my name just so I could do it. No.
I wonder if they were that tiny so that they'd be like the right size for like if you were a sponge or a squirrel eating them.
Yeah, maybe. So another thing to note, they do have a sister resort in Dominican Republic. It is actually known to be a larger resort and is more well known than this resort. But the pool is considered to be better in the Riviera Maya area. So there is one in both places, and both you will get the same immersive quality. It just depends on what other items in your trip that you want to experience that would determine which direction that you would want to go in regard to booking.
Now, I've done some of those excursions in like Cozumel. Oh, the cenotes, that is cool. That is really cool. I would totally recommend that.